Hey everybody, hey. I am now live. And remember, I said yesterday that I'll be coming on live somewhere between 1 p.m. and 1:30 or 2 New York Standard Time. So, if you're listening to me live now, I hope that you will comment, say something, let me know that you're here. And for those of you who joined yesterday by watching the live stream, thank you so much for popping on and seeing what we were talking about, or what I was talking about primarily. And the most important thing is that being able to listen to someone speak in English is par for the core, or par for the course, whichever way you want to take it. In this instance, if you listen to my voice and you have a question, this is the opportunity for you to ask now. While listening to my voice, if there isn't something about my voice or something that I've said that you would like to know more about, type that in the chat and I will try to respond to it either during the live or shortly thereafter. And let's see. So Mashid, thank you for posting that you like something, which is I'm going live. If you'd like to say something in the chat, I'd be happy to respond to it. Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Priscilla, and it's really great to be here with you all now. If you can remember, I had said yesterday that it has been over a year since I've gone live, and a few things have actually changed on the Facebook group page via Facebook, or the way that I might do something. But I'm really happy to be here, and I'll be here for at least 30 minutes, if not longer, depending upon who is going to join or if someone is going to join. Now, I'm going to put something in the chat, if I can find where I should put something in the chat. I'm going to write an idiom, maybe not. If I exit now, I'm not trying to exit, I just want to find the place to put in a comment. All right, so I'm going to put in the comment section something that we can talk about today. Let me move that back. Oh, I have an Aggies Mom shirt. This is for A&T University, which is where my son attended. I think I went there for a special course at some point, and we always had our summer conferences in Greensboro with a lot of students participating from A&T. But this is my shirt that says a mom's Aggie. So yay Aggies, or they say go Aggies. I'm going to talk about, let's see, I had some notes over here to the left of me. And we're going to talk about under the weather. Under the weather. So you might ask yourself, when would you actually use the phrase under the weather? So when someone says that they are under the weather, it simply means that they are not feeling the best. Many people who had contracted the coronavirus, they were under the weather for a long period of time, about 14 days at best. So they were under the weather. And to keep us safe, the government has issued this testing strip that people could use to do their in-home test to see if they had COVID. if you were feeling under the weather, you wouldn't have to go out to the drugstore to buy the test. You could actually use the test that came to you in the mail. And this is a self-test at home, results in 15 minutes. Fortunately, I have not had to use this one, but I did get COVID. I've actually had COVID twice. And the second time that I had COVID, I wasn't at home. I just wasn't feeling well. And I didn't know why, because I had not been in close proximity to a large group of people. And while it's not necessarily that you be in a large group, the people that you are in contact with, they themselves may have been in contact with a group of people. So I do have these in the event I'm not feeling well and I'm home by myself. I can just take the test to see if I have the COVID virus. But fortunately, I have not had it again. The first time I got COVID, I was in the midst of a group of people. And that was when my son and his wife were having their, I forget what you would even call it. They had a wedding, but they had their reception much later because of COVID. And at that event, I believe that's where I got COVID. But anyway, I'm much better now and happy to say that I am no longer under the weather. For those of you who did not know, I recently returned from the UK. I first went to Amsterdam. I was there for a week. Then we rode the train to London. And it was a lot of fun, especially with my grandbaby. I had a lot of fun interacting with him, eating at different places, seeing so many wonderful things. And I do plan to post the pictures, some of the pictures that we took while we were there. I love technology, and I will tell you that I struggle with knowing how to do a variety of things. So I have a lot of my images and videos on my iPad. I have not figured out how to get them off of this iPad onto the computer. And I was sending them to myself in an email, but that process is very slow. And I know that there is a greater way to do it than that. All right. So we were just explaining, or I was just explaining what it means to be under the weather. Under the weather, again, means not feeling good. And most of the time you might just want to just stay at home, lie in bed, drink lots of liquids, and stay warm. But whatever the case may be, I hope no one is under the weather today. I hope everyone is feeling fine. Now, let's look at another idiom. And the next idiom that we can look at is, some are just too easy, like a piece of cake. Let's look at burn the midnight oil. Let's see what that means. B-U-R-N, the midnight oil. So what does it mean to burn the midnight oil? When we burn the midnight oil, this means that we are working very late into the night. If you are a student and you have work outside of classes, or if you have work and classes and a family, most likely you have to stay up late and study to get things done and ready for either presentation at work or ready to turn in an assignment at school or help your family member, which might be a child, with his or her homework. In this regard, we might say that you're burning the midnight oil. So that's doing something very late in the night. If you are an individual who works at night and your free time, as it would be, is during the day, you could still consider it burning the midnight oil because you still have to get something done. All right? So just keep those two phrases in mind. So what I've given you so far is under the weather and burn the midnight oil. When you burn the midnight oil, you are probably not taking care of yourself as you should, which will lead to being under the weather. You may not be eating properly. You're not sleeping properly. You're not giving your body what it needs to function at a high level. If you're young, it's easier for you to overextend yourself. But if you're older, your body needs a little more rest than it did when you were younger. So depending upon where you are in the scheme of life, be aware of what your body is telling you. If your body is saying that you need to rest, try to get that rest. If you're feeling, exhausted a lot, you probably just need to rest. Now, I'm giving you this advice, and you may wonder, do I actually do the things that I'm saying and suggesting for you? Now that I have actually retired from the school system, I believe I do get in more rest than I normally would. I know that I do. I get more rest than I normally would during the course of a day. Since I work from home, I have what I call that laptop lifestyle, that when I'm ready to rest, I can. If I choose to have a class that's scheduled, I do. And as I'm doing now, I don't have a class scheduled at this particular moment, and I'd like to share this time with those of you who would like to listen and watch my live. If you have not joined my YouTube channel, I want to invite you to join the YouTube channel. I'm going to put the YouTube channel down below. First, I need to go to it. Hopefully I'm still online and you can see me. I'm just typing in the information to get my YouTube channel, and I'm going to post it for you. Let's see. Switch accounts. And I'm going to go to the Speak Excellent English Academy and get the channel. So I won't be answering that one. View my channel.
Hello, I'm Dr. Priscilla, a native English speaker, and I live in the United States.
When you go to my channel, you'll hear that recording.
Everyone is going crazy about this new editing tool. It's
Now I'm looking to get back to where you are. And while I'm waiting for others to join me, this is still a learning process for me, or a refresher for me. And, oh, I see the application. My grandbaby will be going to swimming lessons starting this Sunday. I'm excited about that. And Facebook. All right, I'm going to put my YouTube channel here in this section. YouTube channel. Okay, I've just posted my YouTube channel. So if you have not joined the YouTube channel, please consider joining the channel. Leave a comment. And if there's something that you'd like for me to create a video about, I'd be happy to do that as well. But be very clear and as specific as you can as to what you would like to see in the video. Alrighty, so we've talked about 2 idioms, burn the midnight oil and under the weather. Let's take a look at another one. I have a list over here that I'm looking at. So as I look at this list, let's see what would be good. I'm going to go with hit the sack. Hit the sack. So when we say hit the sack, this means that you're going to take a nap or you're going to go to bed for the evening. Keeping in mind that if you're burning the midnight oil, at some point you will need to hit the sack. Sometimes we can be so excited about a project that we're working on that we can work through the night. Now I do that sometimes. I will work through the night long into the midnight hour creating a project. Many of you know that I have the YouTube channel, but those of you who do not know that I also have a folktale channel, and I love making the folktales, which is quite different from the Speak Excellent English Academy channel. In the folktale channel, this is where I use my creative mind and create stories about things that are exciting and fascinating. It's a little low paced right now because my mind cannot lend itself to very deep creativity. And while I can't lend, my mind doesn't lend itself to very deep creativity, the videos, some of the videos that I've seen, I just can't at this time develop or create the imagery that makes it more enticing and exciting. So right now I'm just taking it slow, learning how to create something, and it is the consistency in the doing, the trying, the failures, and the successes that is going to lead me to where I want to be. And that's true for you as an English language learner. If you're burning the midnight oil, trying to study and understand something, and you're doing it alone, it is going to take a lot longer, but it is possible. While I'm trying to learn how to create folktales, I have at least 3 people that I am actually following to help me create the folktales, and there is one person that is my accountability person who helps me to understand what my thinking should be as I'm creating the sounds, the images on the folktale. But in the interim, while waiting for her to review and comment on what I'm doing, I'm still creating folktales, and I'm beginning to see and understand why a folktale is not as exciting. Why people are not watching them has a lot to do with the algorithm that somehow Google or YouTube has the priority over what's going to be shown to whom and when that will be shown. But I don't have a repertoire of enough videos right now to show the evidence that I'm learning. I know that I'm learning with each one that I create. And the more I learn, the better the videos will become. And I really like that. And this is what I mean by staying up late instead of hitting the sack and getting my rest. I'm so excited about the project that I'm working on that I want to finish it, only to find that there's a little hiccup, and then I need to readjust, reassess, or maybe even redo something. Now, we have hit the sack. This is when it's time for you to go to bed. or even if you don't go to bed, you'll understand that when you do hit the sack, it means that you're going to take a rest. We also talked about hit the nail on the head. I think that was yesterday, though. Yesterday we talked about hit the nail on the head. And where are the ones that we just did? Hit the sack. Burn the midnight oil. And under the weather. I think this last one will be enough for today. You will have had 4 idioms. And let's see which would be a good one. That one's very easy. The ball is in your court. I love that one. The ball is in your court. C-O-U-R-T. The ball is in your court. When someone says the ball is in your court, it simply means that another person has done his or her part. Now it is up to you to do the rest. Now, the ball is in your court. When we are young, let's just say we're children and we're under the tutelage of our parents will train us how to do things. Mom might teach us how to cook things in the kitchen, chicken, cake, pasta, pizza. Dad might teach us how to play ball or be a good person in sports, and that's not what dads do, because many dads cook as well, and many moms also can do a lot in helping their children learn sports. As a matter of fact, Emil, my grandbaby, will start swimming lessons on this Sunday, and I will take him to his swimming lessons. Interestingly, I do not know how to swim. However, because he's so small, I'll have to be in the water with him, really just to make sure that he doesn't go down below the water. But I don't know the details. I'll learn the details on Sunday. So I'm excited about Emil going to take his first swimming lesson. And of course, I will come back and give you all the details of that. So the ball is in my court now. The payment has been made. I just need to get Emil to the center on Sunday. It's for 6 weeks. It's every Sunday. And the lessons are just 30 minutes long, so they're not terribly long. So every Sunday, he will have a swimming lesson, and I hope that he will really enjoy being in the water, which I know he does, because he enjoys being in the water now at home in his little, there's that typical big blue pool that you put water from the spigot in, and he loves to play in that. So I'm sure he will enjoy being in this humongous pool. So the ball is in my court. The ball will be in his court once he has been shown how to do maneuvers in the water. It will be his opportunity to demonstrate what he's able to do. So I'm excited about that. Now, that's the ball is in your court. Hit the nail on the head. I think that's all I said I was going to go over. Let's see. Hit the sack. The ball is in your court. Burn the midnight oil. So there. Did I only give you 3? Burn the midnight oil. Hit the sack. I guess I only gave you 3. Now, as you listen to the review or the replay, if If you have questions about anything, please do not hesitate to ask, and I'll be happy to respond to them. Today, it was going to be just a minimum of 30 minutes, and we're coming up on 26 minutes. I'll be here for another 4 minutes unless someone has a question for me. I'm going to retype hit the sack. Okay. The ball is in your court. And burn the midnight oil. I want to invite each of you to join the YouTube channel. Practice speaking every day about something, 5 or 10 minutes. It doesn't matter what you talk about, but you want to develop your voice in speaking. Develop your voice for speaking. Your vocabulary will improve. Find words that you want to be able to use and use them not from a list, but be able to use them in conversation. When you start using the words, you'll be amazed at how quickly the words will come to your mind, to the forefront of your mind, and then come out of your mouth when you start to speak. But if you're going to talk from just a list of words and know the meaning of the words are not going to come to you easily when you are engaging in conversation with other people. Rarely, if ever, will you find an opportunity to talk with someone when you have a list of words and you're trying to engage in a conversation. Your words does not need to be 4, 5, or 6 syllable words, but you can find 2 syllable words that are wonderful to use. You can find 3 syllable words that are wonderful to use, such as wonderful. Instead of saying something is good, you could say something is wonderful. If you recall from yesterday, we were talking about engaging in a conversation, and instead of going with the traditional, hello, how are you, I'm fine, which is what you will see in a standard textbook, you might say, if asked, hello, how are you, you could say, I'm wonderful. How about you? Those are things that you can do to improve your fluency in speaking. So I want to encourage you all to find ways to maximize opportunities for speaking. Find opportunities by going online, for example, finding an 800 number or whatever the number might be that you can call and engage in a conversation. You could, for example, call the airlines and ask about reservations. You're not obligated to purchase a flight ticket. You're not obligated to schedule a particular time. You're just going in to the conversation to ask questions. And while you're asking questions, you are developing your fluency. Just make yourself a note of what you would like to ask, what you think the anticipated response will be from the person you're speaking with, and continue in that vein until you have some mastery of the conversation. All right, we're up at 29 minutes and a few seconds. Thank you so much for listening to me rant today. I will post this also on YouTube so that those who are not on Facebook will be able to see this live session here. So until tomorrow, I will be on again tomorrow. I can't specifically say the time, but it will be between 1 and 2. And if I get an opportunity to speak longer than 30 minutes, I will do that. But for today, my goal was to talk for 30 minutes. And now I'm rounding that up to the 30 minutes. So again, if you're watching the replay, please leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. And until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of the day. Bye for now.